What's up, everybody? It's me, Michael Magneto 7 Crawford, and I'm here to invite you to get my book, Playbook to Production, Volume 1. This book discusses the fundamentals of how to become a music producer in today's industry. It covers things like how to monetize your music, how to stand out amongst the crowd, even how to pick the proper gear. If you want to be serious about becoming a music producer today, cop that book. Peace.
Yo, shouts out. Shouts out to the team. Let's go!
Niggas, they know that I'm paid and they gon' follow the wave. I came to fuck up the day.
Yeah.
I don't see nothing in the way.
No.
I came to fuck up the day.
Yeah.
I don't see nothing in the way. I came to fuck up the day. I don't see nothing in the way. Just know that they follow the way.
Yes, sir!
Just like the ocean. Look at my brothers, we coastin'. When I be touching that pussy, it's soaking. Bitch, I be
Yo. Welcome to the MAD LUCRATIVE Podcast. I am your host, the one, the only, Magneto 7 in the building. Yo. I'm like, in the building. Yo. I'm here for the smoke today. I'm here for it. Yo, hopefully your weekend was great. I know mine was. We in a whole nother week. Yo, Christmas is this weekend. Shouts out to Christmas. Yo, so last week we got into the whole conversation of who wins Christmas, Santa Claus or Jesus, right? So I was like, yo, I had so many quotables on last week's episode, but the main one that stuck out, and I'll just say it. They were like, yo, Santa Claus is a pedophile. I never thought about it that way, but since you said it, he must be. So, you're welcome. You're welcome. I shed light on that situation, so we won't keep recycling Santa Claus being this figure, you know what I mean? And again, y'all know good and well, like, my pod is for adults for the most part. I do have different things and different businesses that I have, different business ventures that I have that we offer to children and all that stuff to upbuild the community and all that stuff. But right now on the MAD LUCRATIVE Podcast, we about that ignorance, but we about some smarts. It's the yin and the yang. You know what I mean? So again, hopefully your week was great. Hopefully you ain't going through too much stress with the Christmas shopping. I will say this before I get into my dives, because I got so many people that sent me stuff on Instagram and on Facebook, and they were like, yo, I want you to discuss y'all see, but they gave me mad topics. So first off, thank y'all for joining the conversations that I got, either whether you're coming from Twitter, whether you're coming from Instagram, whether you're coming from Facebook. I appreciate you, because what happens in my weirdo brain, yes, I said weirdo brain. What happens in my weirdo brain, I could just come up with a subject and just develop a story around it and just be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. And a lot of the times I will say this, y'all. Now y'all know, when we get into the ignorant bags, when we get into that bag, a lot of stuff that we say might not necessarily be true. This is entertainment, okay? It's entertainment. So take it at face value. Don't hold me at it, and then when you see me in person, be like, yo, I was very disappointed in what you said. I was very disappointed in what you said as it relates to my community and this and that. I felt offended. Listen, and I will say this, and I'm not digging in on no sexual nothing this week. None of that this week. None of that's going down. But I will say this. Be bold in whatever you decide to do with your life, right? I don't think nobody deserves to be in a closet, so to speak. I don't think anybody deserves to not live their authentic self. I don't think anybody deserves to get bullied and ridiculed, right? But I will say this. And again, I'm not trying to dig this episode, I promise I'm not. But if you got certain elements in the community, right, that exist, I think it's up to us to own those elements, and then it's up to us to address them. Case in point, the main thing that you would hear from a traditional marriage might be issues with finances, and it might be issues in the bedroom. So you might have infidelity issues, and then you might have issues with the family. Those are the main issues, and I mean family like the extended family, being accepted and all that stuff. Those are those elements. When you come to bringing a felon into a house, right? You got the issue of, can I trust this person with his background? Same thing with bringing a felon on the job site. Like, okay, I know he got a charge for doing X, Y, Z. Can we trust him? Then you get to learn the person. Like, okay, cool. They're good. But we all have a stigma. Let's just own that. Let's own it. Because I think what happens is, we baby a certain community so they don't get backlash, right? And then we say, okay, when it comes to black men, for instance, when it comes to black men, we're not supposed to show no emotion, no feeling. When we show emotion, we show feeling, we're labeled a beep. I'm not trying to cuss this episode either. But when we have emotion as a black man, we're labeled a beep. B-I-T-C-H. Y'all can say it. I can't say it. I'm trying to get some sponsors. You feel me? Shouts out to the sponsors. But anyway, I think it's up to us to really make sure that we get into a comfortable space. That's all. And as I said on IG, all of my talks, in 2022, I want us to be comfortable with who we are. Be comfortable with our surroundings. Be comfortable in our own skin. I told y'all one of my things, I might be up to 235 this week. A couple months, I might be down to 215. Next one, I might be back up to 235. I'm trying not to do it that way. I'm trying not to teeter-totter. At least if I go down to 190, come back up to 200, go down to 190, 200. Do that for the next 10, 15 years, and then by the time I touch 60, 70, it don't even matter at that point. Just exist and have money. That's all that matters. But anyway, thank y'all for y'all input on the different subjects that you feel like we should talk about. It's necessary. It really is. And I think the more I appreciate y'all, the more y'all keep going. Right? Right. Here we go. As I was saying, yes, thank you for just your input, right? All of this stuff matters when you're trying to build a fan base. I really take pride in building an organic fan base. I think what happens in this brain of mine, I feel like if I got this group of people that's encouraged to do business, and I got this group of people that's already getting good money, but they just want to be entertained just a little bit. Then I got this group over here that just want to be affiliates and they want to market with the company. I provide a platform for all of y'all, right? All of that's sweet. So I think I need y'all, right? So I'm going to take this moment right here just to say, please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff on all platforms. I need you everywhere. Can you do that? Can you do that? Thank you. So, first order of business. Okay. Before we dig, I think. Let's see. I don't know if I want to start there. I want to go somewhere before we go there. So let's talk about Jay. Jay-Z just did. I think he was on a Clubhouse or on one of the apps in a conference call, and he made the statement that nobody can stand in front of him And whoever stand in front of him on the verses is going to have a long day. Can we agree with that? Can we agree? Maybe. We'll agree. This is my thing, though. I'm not analytical. I promise I'm not. But this is how I look at it. Okay, Jay-Z does have reasonable doubt. He has a blueprint. He has all of these wonderful albums, right? But then you got to think about the affiliates. You got to think of the relationships that's been built over the time and how Jay positions himself, right? If you don't notice how Jay-Z positions himself, this is how it works. Jay started, he was the biggest thing, let's say in the 90s, mid-90s. He starts to go into the 2000s. We're going. Up pops this guy named Lil Wayne. If y'all don't know, because some of y'all are youngins, y'all don't know that Lil Wayne was like that guy back in the day. Right? Y'all probably didn't even know that. Like the 20-year-olds, y'all don't even know. Yes, Lil Wayne was that guy back in the day. And at one point, Wayne was like, yeah, I listen to Jay-Z. That's one of the GOATs. So that's who I go to for inspiration. So Jay, in return, sees that Wayne is this big guy. Big guy. Lil Wayne, big guy. Anyway, you get it. He sees that Wayne is this big guy. He's about to be a real situation. And what does he try to do? Like he's tried to do it a few times. Y'all want to sign Wayne? I'm the GOAT. I'm Jay-Z. I'm me. I'm going to sign Wayne. But Wayne had Baby. You know what I mean? He had the Hot Boys, all of that. That whole movement was already starting. That was starting up. Then he had Fire Flame. Then he had a Millie. All these records that just showed that Lil Wayne was the next guy up, right? Didn't work with Wayne, but he did. I think he did a feature. Maybe it's something like that. He did a feature. But then Wayne came out, and this is just one stream right here. This is one stream. It gets deeper. You get Wayne that finds a guy named Drake. Y'all know who Drake is, right? Champagne Papi. Oh! I wish I had a ooh-wee from the ladies. Ooh-wee. Yeah. So Wayne finds a guy named Drake, and Drake becomes this big, colossal situation. Let's just say he's a situation. And I'm not even going to bring Nicki into the equation right now because Jay is on the record with Nicki and Wayne, I think, and Drake. Y'all can fact check me too. It's cool. I'm okay with being wrong. But then Wayne kind of fades out just a little bit. He still has his title as one of the GOATs in the business. But then you have Drake that has all of these number ones, right? He got all of the streaming numbers. He did more numbers than the Beatles. It's in his record. Did more numbers than the Beatles. Okay, so then when I go back to Jay's conversation, he says, anybody that stands in front of me is going to have a long day. Drake has at least had a 10-plus year run back-to-back. Number ones, back-to-back. Whether it's with features, whether it's by himself. Maybe Jay will have a long day with Drake. What y'all think? I got a new sound effect I want to add too. How about this one? You know what that means? Oh no, dog. You might get ran over with that one. So, okay. All right. So let's put Drake right there. Then Jay says, anybody will have a long day that stands in front of me. What about Eminem? Okay. Now I know some of y'all don't like Eminem. Y'all just feel like he's just the white hope and he's not a big deal. But he got a lot of number ones, right? Maybe not urban, definitely crossover, definitely stadium records, definitely same affiliates. Wayne, M has a record together. Drake, M, right? Think Nicki, M, maybe. Is it M and Nicki? Maybe, I don't know about that one. M, Busta Rhymes. It keeps going. So I say, anybody that stands in front of me will have a long day. What about Eminem? Maybe Eminem. Okay, let's put him right there. That's two streams right there. That's two streams. And then the last stream I want to present is your own homeboy. Your own homeboy, dog. Who is that, you may ask? Kanye. Formerly known as Kanye West. Yay. Yes, yay. The guy that you nurtured, the guy that up front said, maybe he ain't no the best rapper, but I get some beats from him. At least his beats smacking. Kanye. What about the records you got with Kanye? First off, who is that a score for? You or Ye? What about the records that Ye did without you? Late Registration, College Dropout, Yeezus. I know some of y'all didn't like that one. We might take that one out, but I love it. It's fire. Life of Pablo, My Dark Twisted Fantasy. Maybe Jay would have a long day if he stood in front of Kanye. What y'all think? Yeah. So all of y'all that ask that ask what's my take on that, that's my take. I feel like Jay naturally said what he's supposed to say. Like when you're billionaire status, you're supposed to say that. You're supposed to feel like you the hot shit, period. Nobody should be hotter than you when you're on this level and you're perceived as God MC. Like it's just one of them things. We will show you respect as such. Yes, you will get the respect. But to just make a blanket statement and say people that have a long day, so anybody stand in front of you will have a long day, maybe. But what about this one? And I know some of y'all eat me alive. But what about T.I.? What about 50 Cent? Think of the number ones. Think of the reach, right? Let it simmer, because I know it sound weird. Think about the reach. Think about the longevity. Tip has a little, And if y'all don't know or do remember, I'll give you this story. I remember where were we at? We were at Tree Sound Studio. We were at Tree Sound Studio. I want to say this was 2013, 2012, something like that. Everybody's working on getting records to Tip. I think he was working on not Paper Trail. It was one of the albums. But everybody's in the studio getting records ready. And I meet up with Jeezy. He's in the little lobby area. We all eat. Yo, shouts out to I can't think of a name right now. But the owner of Tree Sound, she's dope. She made some fire coconut shrimp. Yes. Molly, that's her name, Molly. So she made this shrimp. I remember the shrimp. I had a dope little something situation on. And everybody was like, yo, NEDO, you need to go back there and link up. Tip just signed this dude. Watch this. Tip just signed this dude. I don't know where he's from. I think he's from Texas. But his name Trav. It's like Trav. Yeah, I think he's going to go by like Travis Scott or something like that. Aha. So, T.I. had Travis Scott first over at Grand Hustle, producing, making records, all that good stuff. That's when I first heard about him. Before Kanye shipped them out to Hawaii to do all the writing and stuff that they did out there. So, think about the reach. Think about who's still here. Think about who's affected the business in a way where everybody had to just start doing what they did. I know everybody at one point wanted to talk like they were from Atlanta. They saw ATL. They're like, hey, I'm from ATL, shawty. It's one of them things. That was a situation. So, in addition to folk wanting to sound like they from Atlanta, there were certain people that wanted to wear they Timbs and they New York hat, like Jay did, to the side. I get it. But, last point. If you say, whoever stands in front of you is going to have a long day, that's all I present. I present those options. And do with it what you may. All right, I think I did decent on that. Right? Okay. All right. So, we're going to keep it music business right now. So, y'all want some more music business? Yes. Okay. So, I read, and I posted this too, Leo Cohen and Kevin Liles just did a deal for 400 million, selling what's the brand? 300, the label, selling 300 to Warner Music Group. First off, that was a great business move. I give them a long clap and long accolades because I got a lot to say about it. Okay, all right. So, let me take a little hit of coffee right quick. Okay. When I saw this deal, first off, y'all know I posted it because I always look at where does the artist land when it comes to labels doing these type of deals, right? First off, if y'all don't know who 300 is, I'm gonna give y'all the roster so you kind of get an idea of why Warner or Atlantic would do a deal with Kevin Liles. All right, so here's the roster. You're looking at Shy Glizzy, Young Thug, Fetty Wap. We dating this back to 2014 too, by the way. I don't know that person. TK Kravitz, y'all remember that back in the day? They had some joints. The Hunter, I don't know who that is. We're just gonna go all the way to the big ones. T Grizzly, y'all know who that is exactly. Lil Keed, y'all know who that is, right? And then we go all the way down to now, Mary J. Blige. We're also looking at, let's just say Megan Thee Stallion, the Migos, and everybody that's hot from Atlanta. Everybody that's hot from Atlanta. So I don't know if y'all remember me having a conversation about how much one single could make in a week's worth of time. How much a single could make, how much a round figure about how much it costs to get the single buzzing, and then what's the lifespan of a record. All right? Keep that in the back of your mind. If you didn't know, the starting point is right around 100,000. That's the start point, right? For 100,000, you're gonna get a record pretty much in rotation, heavy rotation, get people to memorize it. They're gonna be, oh yeah, that's my favorite record. It's not really your favorite record. You heard it 1,000 times, so it got to be your favorite record now. You've been suckered into it being your favorite record. That's how this thing goes. All right, so you add that. I'm spending. Think like a business person too. Before you go to the artist side, I'm gonna spend 100,000 right here to get this record hot. I'm gonna make around 100,000 a week after the record picks up. After the record picks up, you got radio, you got club appearances from the artists, and the artists better make sure they stay in good health because they're gonna be on the road. You got merch, because forgot the artist just signed a nice 360 deal, yes sir. And then let's not forget the artist got this nice little advance up front. Now, I will say this. Sometimes the artists don't get an advance up front, and they're smart about it, and they say, well, you know what? Don't give me no advance. I want to pay for everything up front. Just help be the marketing for my music. And it works. Sometimes it works. It does. It does. A lot of the times the money come from dope boys. It is what it is. I'm not going to name no names. It's a lot of them out there. It's a lot of them. Let's say street pharmacists. Street pharmacists, not dope boys. Street pharmacists. So, you got a record that's going, it's making 100,000 a week. In 1 month, you got 400,000. In 3 months, you're over $1 million, right? You do that times, let's say, Megan Thee Stallion. I think Cardi is managed by them. Cardi's on Warner Atlantic. So let's say Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, add Mary J. Blige, add the Migos, add what's my boy name? Lil Baby. Everybody that's hot from that circuit. You talking about doing $10 million every, I'm going to say a month. $10 million a month on residual income. So, how hard y'all start doing the numbers. How hard is it for somebody, a label like 300, to do a $400 million deal with all of those artists? That roster is easy. It's mad easy. And just for kicks and giggles, y'all know I'm a nerd. So let's do this. 400 million. Got to add a decimal. 400 million. Bam. So we almost at a $500 million. All right, and we're gonna divide that by. Let's see, Migos. Let's say we're gonna divide it by 10. We're gonna divide that by 10. So we're looking at roughly 40 million, right? So now, let's not forget, you got all of these other streams of income that's attached to the artist. So let's say one of the artists gets in a little pickle. You know, the stuff that us black folk normally get hit with. I'm gonna say us black folk because I'm black. Y'all see it. Can't hide it. But get hit with a gun charge. Get hit with a indecent exposure. Get hit with any kind of charge that you can get hit with. All right, boom. That's easy. Label just trash that artist. You still got these other artists. You work them harder. You give them the hottest records. You give them the hottest producers. You give them all of the exposure. Boom. You just made more income. That artist is going to be proud that you signed them and you put them on a situation. So they're going to say, hey, come over here. Come sign with me. I got a deal for you. They're going to find the next hottest person from the hood that y'all don't care about. Give them another bag. Then say, okay, if this artist trashes, they mess up, we're going to just trash them and do the same thing with this artist. And y'all see how this goes. It recycles over and over and over and over and over. That's why I always be preaching independence. Now, independence looks different for everybody. I get it. But I don't know that it's fair to want every artist to go to a label only to get sold. I don't know that makes sense. Only to not control their own music. When I say control their own music, this is what happens with the label. If the record gets hot, because they're going to put the money behind the record to get it hot. And we're going to get off of this. We're not going to stay here too much longer. But this is what they do to get the record hot. They're going to put it on all of the football commercials. You're going to hear it in halftime shows. You're going to hear it on the TV series. All of this stuff only goes back and forth. They washing the money. Wash the money. At the end of the day, they're going to say, oh, well, look, we paid for this. You haven't recouped nothing yet. So then, as all artists normally do, they get mad and say, oh, the label's not paying me. The label didn't pay me what I'm worth. No, you took an advance. When you take the advance, they paid you up front. You got to recoup that. Now, what they don't tell you is they're gonna add the tax on top of it. So you got a cheeseburger from Burger King, low level stuff. You got a cheeseburger from Burger King. Instead of paying $9.99 for the actual value meal, you pay close to $30 if you're on the road. So then you got all of your friends and stuff that's on the road with you. Everybody touring with you. Everybody paid $30. Every time you go to Burger King, now you're getting hit with a $200 bill. Now you do that times 3 times a day, and you say you're going to tour for a whole year. You're doing that every day. 360, let's say 350 days out the year. Let me add that up for you. So we're looking at we're going to do $200. And this is just lunch. $200 times 350 equals $70,000 on lunch. That's what you're gonna pay. That's the money that you gotta recoup. In addition to your wardrobe, in addition to the dinner, in addition to the breakfast, in addition to the Starbucks drops, in addition to the gas that it takes to get to, you getting charged for everything. So that's why I say, work on getting secondary income. Get passive income. When you get your income, then you invest back into yourself. You invest in yourself. You get your own record hot. You sponsor your own tour because you know you paying at cost. It's not gonna be nothing added on top of it. You paying for everything up front. Then, if a label does decide to come to you, they gonna have to come with a big bag, and they're only gonna be able to take that much of what you work for, versus let them pay for everything up front, and then you take that much. You see how this goes? You see how? So I hate to go back and forth, but shouts out to Kevin Lyles, I guess. Shouts out to Leor, I guess. And look, I talk this way. I talk this way because nobody has sponsored any element of anything that we have. The studio that we're in. Also, podcasters. If y'all do want a podcast, you want to start your own situation, I have a studio for you. Equipment already there. Rooms already there. It's ready for you to come talk your talk. So if y'all want to do that, holla at me. I'm gonna put a link. I'm gonna put a link below so y'all can go ahead and do that. But yeah, control your destiny. Don't let somebody pay for everything and then you don't own nothing. All right, that's it. Yeah. Before we go to this next subject, I'm gonna just play this record right quick and we gonna come back.
Bitch, you ugly. Bitch, you ugly. Bitch, you ugly. Bitch, you ugly. How you ride around with a face like that? How you ride around with a face like that? Bitch, you ugly. Bitch, you ugly. Bitch, you ugly. Bitch, you ugly. How you ride around with a face like that? How you ride around with a face like that? Hell no, I can't be your man. When I seen your face, I ran. I thought your name was Jan, but you look like a Dan. Hey, where your mama at? Is she ugly too? Hey, what's 2 + 2? Damn, you a dummy too. You a bugaboo. You got a butter face. You broke and you ugly. Live in a gutter place. Ugly on the inside. You got a baby.
All right. Okay. And shouts out to Rock Dean. He sent me the record. He said, bro, before you talk about this conversation, before you talk about this subject, make sure you play ugly. Like, and I'm not saying who I'm talking about is ugly. By far, beautiful person. Ooh la la, better fact, just with her looks, what you know what she'll do with her looks? Run you over. Okay. And I am gonna call Sean in a second. Y'all ready for Act Sean? Y'all ready for that? Okay. I'm gonna try to make this tasteful. All right. So let's read the headline first. I'm gonna read the headline. I'm gonna try to put the video on below. I don't know how they got missed last time. We're gonna have to do that next time. Video's supposed to be right here. Boom, right there. We're gonna do subject right here. And then we're gonna do everything else on that side. Can we do that? Yes. I'm gonna give y'all the clap. I'm gonna give the studio a clap. Yo, we got jobs coming up. So if y'all need a job, holla at me, man. No, I love y'all for real. All right, so anyway. So I look at this headline, and it's not funny. No parts of it is funny. But I just before we dig, what's the most interesting part of life? The most interesting part of life is this. When people like me see certain things, you immediately want to say, I told you so. right? Especially the Scorpio in me. Like, it's hard to just be quiet about certain things. And I'm gonna say this. This is why. Growing up, y'all know I got mad stories for days. But growing up, I was kind of I want to do things to get to make you my friend. Let's be friends, kumbaya, and not necessarily get the same thing reciprocated. Or I want to try to buy things to help people be in my life. To be like, oh, I got a good friend. I love you. This. Listen, when you hit my age, my great age, you don't give a fuck no more. Okay, anyway, all right, so check it out. I saw this headline, Megan Good and Devon Franklin split. I'm sorry, this union did not work, is what the headline says. Okay. I'm not going to talk about the things that I learned of Megan Good when I stayed in LA. Not y'all business. But I will say, when I saw this headline and I looked up who Devon Franklin was. This was back in, I think they've been married 9 years now. So when they first got together, I was like, yo. Knowing who she is, kind of a little bit of the background, I don't know if this is a good move for my boy. You know, and I will say this. I know a lot of fellas would love to be with a woman like Megan Good. She's beautiful. You know, she's got the high cheekbone, high yellow, whatever, all that good stuff, whatever. But I'm just like, yo, let's think about what you're about to do, my guy, before you do it, my guy. And I think it was, y'all remember the story, the celibate stories and all that stuff. I was like, Yo, what happens before we go to Megan? What happens in our dude brain that makes us be like, yo, I want to wife this girl forever, like forever, ever? What happens? What is it? Can you tell me? Like, can y'all tell me? Because I think our eyes get big like a buffet. Like, you go to the buffet, I want to eat everything. I see this pork chop, see the chicken. I don't even eat pork. I want to eat the pork chop. I want to eat these chicken, chitlins, beef, ham, all this stuff. Just because I see it, I want it. That's what happens with a lot of us dudes when it comes to women. It's just one of them things. So, when I saw my boy, you know, not a bad looking guy either. I'm sure plenty of women would love to be with my boy. I was like, yo, so it's about to be a thing, huh? Okay. Then I see that, you know, they broadcast that I'm celibate. I want to be celibate till I get married, and it's just this big to do. I'm like, I don't see it. Cause okay, this is something about the LA crowd and about the actors culture. All right, let's say that actors culture. A lot of the times people that act and people that are in that industry have to get acquainted with their actor friends. A lot of the times when you get to that level and you don't own it, like Issa Rae, she owns her stuff, right? She dictates what happens in the storyline. If sex is gonna go down, it's just one of them things. It's gonna go down in the movie. If this breakup on this relationship goes down, it's gonna go down. She wrote it in there. She controls it. Megan didn't really come in that way. She came in acting. Other people control the narrative. You do what I tell you to do. This is your job. You get how this goes. So when I saw this, I was like, I don't know how my boy's gonna do that. Especially, and he's a pastor, comes from the church background, and you got this woman that's kind of, I hate to say it. Oh my God. I'm gonna say it. She belongs to the streets. Yo, I was like, yo, I don't see it. Like, and I don't, when I say that tastefully, so tastefully. But people change. Yes. Situations change. Yes. But when you don't see too much of somebody picking a certain role, and they're casting for the same type of role that they had before they got married, it's a hard pickle, because I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that I could just stomach my wife getting slobbed down by Denzel. Could you? Or my wife getting slobbed down by Michael J. White. Could you? I mean, no. Like, it's a no sir. No sir. So, I saw this. I saw my boy. He seems like a wholesome guy. I was like, man, just go get you a nice little wholesome church girl. Like, don't do this to your life, brother. Sorry, my brother. She belongs to the streets. Okay. All right, I'm done with that. I'm done with it. But anyway, I pray nothing but the success of these two people. I hope that they get to a space where they can just move forward, move on to whatever the new thing is in their life. That's not up for me to decide. That's on y'all. But I will say, when y'all find the next partner, make sure y'all are, as us church folks say, equally yoked. Right? I think what happens, in fellas, women, if it looks so good, that's fine. Like, I realize that we're all humans. I realize that we are titillated with our eyes, and you got to be attracted to the person before you even show interest. I get all those conversations. I get it. But if somebody look like they belong to the streets, they must belong to the streets. All right, I'm done, man. I'm done. Let's call Sean.
What's up?
Yo, Sean J, what it do? What it do?
How's it going? Nothing much, just chilling. Just got home.
So you just got home?
Yeah, like 20 minutes ago.
Okay. First off, Sean,
Yeah.
Sean called me earlier, y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all this: we're real friends. Like, we're real friends. That's why he's coming to the studio. My bad. I just had the train sound on you.
Oh.
That means Sean belongs to the streets.
I mean, I wouldn't say so, but hey, might as well with my fucking ghetto ass window blanket.
Yo, so you still got the blanket in the window?
Well, I just took it off. There's the one on the window's still there.
Okay, so on some real friend shit, this is what Sean hits me up. Did you hit me up? Yeah, you hit me up, and I was in the.
Yeah, I called you.
Yeah, I was in taking a shower, getting ready for the pod, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm at Home Depot, getting this thing." Keep in mind, the best friend to me was like, "Bruh, your ass was supposed to be at Home Depot at 3:00. You gonna wait till it's pod time to go
very
to
right.
Home Depot?" But anyway, never mind. How's your day, Sean?
Well, it's good now. I was kind of panicking
Okay.
for a second there.
So
That's a little better.
you got heat in your room and all that good stuff?
I haven't put it in yet, but yeah, like it's pretty warm right now. But that's just because I'm wearing like a jacket and I just got home.
Okay.
So when I'm sleeping is when I get cold.
Okay. So what happened? Because people are like, they don't know, so I have to paint the image for them so they kind of understand what's going on. Sean, at his spot, he was like, "Yo, man, it's mad cold. I got a blanket over the." No, first off, I was like, instead of getting the joints for the window, just put a blanket as it's hood, but put a blanket over the window. Keep the heat in. He's like, "Yeah, already doing that, bro." I was like, "Oh, my boy hood for real."
That shit worked last year when it wasn't that cold, but this year's colder, man.
Yeah. So I was actually proud. I almost had a little tear right there because I was like, yo. I said, yo, he has adopted the hood ways. But you know what? You're gonna be making, matter of fact, you make fried bologna sandwiches, Sean?
Yeah, actually.
Oh!
That's hood bologna?
Okay.
Man, I thought that was a white thing.
Okay. Do you eat oodles and noodles?
Oodles and noodles? Just like the little
Ramen noodles.
noodle cups?
Ramen
Yeah.
noodles. Oh! Last one. Yo, do you put hot sauce on your chicken?
My chicken?
Yes.
Yeah, if the chicken doesn't taste like as good, sure.
Sean, you're black. You're
Yeah.
black. Just let you know. You're honorary black
Finally.
man. You're an honorary
I
black
had to earn
man.
it all these years. They said you'll never make it. And I was like, fuck you, no.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up. Before we go to the smart talk, I'm gonna pick up where I just left off because I want your take on it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Did I send you Megan Good and Devon Franklin's thing on IG? Like where they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know who they are, but I read like what happened, I think.
Okay. So before I break down who they are, how did you read it?
Well, I just read it like they're like this, celebrity perfect couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they just kind of immediately divorced. I mean, that just makes sense. When I read it, I was like, yeah, it's no surprise to me. I mean, that like half of these couples and shit, it's all just for show. I'm like, you have no idea if they're like deeply depressed in their relationship or not, because all you see is Instagram.
Now let me add some variables in there. And shouts
Yeah.
out. Speaking of variables, you know what I'm about to say.
Oh no.
Shouts out to the damn Omarion variant. That's my family member. Bitch.
God damn.
Bitch. All right, I'm done with that. I'm not gonna go there. But it's a whole lot of y'all that's out here that's Omarion variants. And yes, I know I'm saying it the wrong way, but I know it's purposely saying the wrong way.
Exactly.
I let Sean correct me. I let him correct me. Y'all don't correct me.
The old Megatron.
Yeah, the Megatron Omarion variant. Shuts out. Okay, anyway, so here's some variables that you got to add to it, and then I want you to respond on that. Okay,
Yeah.
So Buddy is I don't want to add Baptist to it, but he's a pastor, right?
Oh.
He's a pastor, right? And she is a Hollywood celebrity. She has been for years. Young age, right?
Damn, how the hell did that work this long?
Okay, y'all hear it. And that's from his mouth. He didn't even know what I said before this.
Pastor.
Okay.
A Hollywood celebrity. That's tough.
Okay, why would you say it's tough?
I mean, you got one that, well, is she pretty big, like big celebrity?
Yes.
I mean, I would just think that's tough. I mean, she's got to do so much shit all the time. I'm sure she's got to appease the whole celebrity worship thing, where you got to say the right stuff all the time and say what's in. And a lot of I think for the same reason, Chris Pratt gets attacked all the time. It's because anytime he opens his mouth and says anything Christian at all, people just can't take it. It's like, dude, he's Christian, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna thank God at the MMAs, he's gonna thank Jesus whenever he gets an award or some shit, and he's gonna try to convert everybody. That's what kind of Christians do. Mm-hmm. So I'm just kind of I'm surprised that a pastor and then a celebrity wife, that's got to be tough, because like I said, she's got to kind of follow that celebrity narrative. You can't really go against anything. I'm surprised she hasn't gotten any kind of, the tabloids being like, oh, he's trying to put his Christian values over her and she's not a free woman or something like that. I'm sure you'll find it.
Okay, now let me add another variable to this. She has written on record plenty of times and said, well, all of that I'm paraphrasing. But the church shit that y'all want me to do, I'm not doing that. I'm not a first lady. I'm sexy. I'm me. I represent me, woman power.
That's exactly what I just said.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was like, I'm sure she's gonna. All of her views are probably in direct opposition to his.
So, okay, if you see this, because like I said, and people would kill me for it, but if you see this at the very beginning of their marriage, not even marriage, from them, courting each other, right? Courtship.
Yeah.
You see this from the outside looking in, like, yo, come on, why would you do this? Like,
yeah.
What's your problem?
Bruh.
Do you think he wanted to have her as the trophy? Cause she bad, bruh. She like the look that you like, kind of that sporty, that sporty, well fit and all that. Like she's that. That's her look.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the trophy side of it got the best of him and made him want to do that?
I don't know. You can't really say. That's so personal, because like I don't know them and I haven't been following them at all. All I know is if I was an actor, a big name actor, and I got paid to be hot and then just acting shit, and then my wife was like a pastor, I wouldn't give a shit if she saw me as the trophy husband. I wouldn't give a shit. I'm clearly winning, God, I don't know. Jeez.
Cause see, I think the hard part for me, and it's deeper than, I got this beautiful woman. She's from Hollywood. She's an actor. This and that. I feel like the deeper root of the situation is, yo, did you need her to make you feel more of a man? Right?
Oh man, yeah, I guess that might be. I mean, it could be because that's a thing with more conservative traditional people is
right,
like the view of manhood.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, again, that's just so personal. That's like psychoanalyzing someone you've never met.
Well, you know what? I'm psychoanalyzing.
So who knows?
I'm analyzing. But no, okay, all right, we'll get off of them. We wish them Godspeed. And
yeah, I mean,
the only reason I talked about it, bro, because people sent it to me on Instagram and was like, yo, I would love to hear your take on it. And that's my take. Like, men, turn the radio up. However you listening to us right now, turn it up.
Volume button up.
Yo, turn it all up. I want to tell you this. Stop thinking with your dick, my guy.
Yeah.
Yo, don't think with your dick. Think with your head. The
you gotta
big head.
All the stuff that they tell women. You gotta follow that advice too. You don't need nobody, bro. You don't need shit.
Yeah, yeah.
For real. Like, I mean, that's it.
Yeah,
don't think that you need someone to
feel validated,
to make yourself better. Yeah.
Yeah. And even in that, to end the subject, because I know we're gonna keep digging, because I got a whole lot to talk. I forgot about. I got a lot. Okay, but when you think about how many times people get married because they look for the person to make them feel like they're more of XYZ, whatever that is, feel more powerful, if you may. Like, yo, you're gonna make that person miserable.
Yep.
They're gonna hate you every day they get up. It's like, yo.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking just more and more every day. Just we're gonna resent you.
Yeah.
If anything.
So, to end this, all of you fellas, all of you ladies, make sure that you are fully vested in yourself before you meet that mate. When you meet that mate, make sure some leeway to add them into your life and your equation, because you don't want to just fit somebody in that spot. You want them to be the puzzle piece that's missing. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. There you go.
Yeah, there
you got to save that stuff for the Valentine's podcast, man.
Is that Okay. So, the last thing that you sent me on IG, I wanted to talk about it because I read it. I looked at it in a different way. And Sean sent me so much stuff. So I know he probably like, yo.
Dude, the last thing I sent you was that hella ass guy.
Not that guy. Not that. Matter of fact, I might try to pull that up just so y'all can hear it. And look, everything that he says, Sean would say the same thing.
Double cheeked up on a Thursday morning. Sun is still shining.
Still
hella
shining.
ass.
Yeah. But okay, the other video that you sent me, the video with the guy with the towel, little towel thing.
Oh, right.
Right. And Sean and I have had some of these conversations. It's like, okay, what kind of things could we invent to make life easier? To make life easier, what kind of things can we invent? I want everybody to think about that.
And then tell us.
Yes, and we'll get a royalty off of that.
Promise.
Yes, I promise we'll pay you for your idea. But yeah, it's just one of them things, bro. Like, how do you think your age group is doing a better job than the people prior, kind of coming up with new stuff?
Well, no,
I'm
look
dead
at it this
serious.
way, man. Like, how old was Steve Jobs, right? When he was doing Apple and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I think my age right now. And I mean, look around, there's like, we haven't had something new in, I feel like 20 years. I mean, we're on what, the iPhone 13 now? Like,
Yeah.
as soon as we made something good, we just keep, same with movies, bro. Nowadays, everybody just reboots shit. Like, there's no new movies. When's the last like new movie you've seen that wasn't like a reboot or a sequel to something else? I mean, I feel like we're in this super, like, I don't know, what do you call it? The age of like nothing
Recycle?
new. It's just, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Like, same with like, I'll buy a video game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And video games back then, you know, I feel like they were so much, but you can tell like, oh, but you were a kid back then, you just liked it better. I'll go back and play a game I used to play, and I'm like, nah, this shit's still better. I'm like, it's just still good.
Yeah.
New shit, it's just like the new movies. It's just recycled shit we've seen over and over again, but just made in a different way. And I'm like, I think they're just relying on all of the great shit we made in the past to like stay relevant and good. But no, man.
Now
like, I haven't seen.
No, hey, go ahead.
Just what you were going to say. Like, I haven't seen new inventions or new. I mean, the thing I showed you, that was, you know, an invention to make something that we already do a little bit easier. But I wouldn't say it's I mean, do you think it's pretty like revolutionary? Like, would that help you a shit ton?
Well, I think like this. It might be one of those little dingy, dorky type of things that people that lay towel would do. And I'm gonna try to put a video down here too, so y'all can see what we're talking about. Yeah. But it might be one of them things that's kind of dingy and dorky right now because everybody in my age group are used to doing it the old school way. But let's fast forward in the next 20 years. That might be one of the, like, we have a skill saw now. It's just one of them things that you just gotta have. It might end up being one of them things.
Yeah.
So for me,
that's true. You never know.
Yeah, like it's hard because I don't think that the person that made the skill saw was like, yo, I'm gonna get rid of this hand saw and just put some electric to it. I think they just did it because it made it easier for them. And now, fast forward years later, it's like, yo, you ain't got no saw? Like, if somebody pull a regular hand saw out now, we're gonna look at them crazy.
Dude, that's exactly what like every invention was made by back then. Like, that's how the fucking, you know, like tilling machine, like the tiller, like when you're tilling your garden up, like that's how that was made. Mm-hmm. I forget the story. It's like, you know, that thing that kind of looks like a hoe, but it's more like for scraping gardens to like tear up the soil so you can plant stuff.
Yeah.
The story is like he took a piece of metal to his brother who was a blacksmith and was like, bro, can you just like make like, okay, kind of like this, but just make it like way more curvy so I can like get into the ground with one swing. It'll make it a lot easier. The guy was like, yeah, sure. And from that, like right there, he literally in like revolutionized gardening, so people could garden so much
Wow.
faster. Yeah, just like little shit, like no one
Okay.
paid him to do that. No one went, Jefferson, I need you to make this prototype. Like he was just like, man, this shit sucks. There's got to be an easier way. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's how every good invention was made. Is someone going, oh man, this is ass. How can I do this easier? You know?
So okay, to go back, because you said something that stuck out to me about going back to the movies and being the reboots.
Hmm.
Do you think all of the people that create now are pulling from a fresh content talent place, or do you think people are just recycling? Like, as far even rappers, like rappers right now are doing everything. They're doing everything that Drake does. If Drake,
Yeah, go
did
on
it,
TikTok, man.
exactly.
It's just though they follow trends. Everything is recycled, and then when that trend ends, they go to the new trend. It's honestly kind of sickening. Like we prioritize now trends like it's like a one giant inside joke. It's one giant like, haha, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I did one too. I feel like originality like isn't better anymore. Like people don't want to see something new unless it strikes you immediately and you're like, that's amazing. But if you don't want to give it a chance at all, so much like original content gets looked over, I'm sure, like on YouTube or even like independent films. The same way with games. Most of the times nowadays, independent games, indie games are honestly better than the AAA, $1 million studio titled games nowadays. Same with movies. You'll find some indie movies that are great.
I didn't even know there was a such thing as a independent game.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, like a little
how you
tiny
buy it?
studio. Sony promotes a good bit of them, like on PlayStation, and so does like Steam for computer games, but you won't really be able to find them unless you kind of go look. They're not as promoted as like the new Call of Duty is everywhere. You can't take a shit without hearing about the new Call of Duty, right?
Right.
It's everywhere.
Right.
Indie games you don't really get commercials for those, so you kind of have to like go look for them because they don't have the marketing budget as these giants do. Same way with movies.
So that sounds exactly like if an artist, like an independent artist, puts like Shamia, right? Say for instance, she puts an album out, and it's like, oh, we're promoting it heavy, but when you go to iTunes or you go to Spotify, it's never going to be on front page, unless
just like that.
Okay, unless a big machine gets behind it, and then voila.
Yeah, or unless you get blessed by the algorithm, and then your video is just smacked everywhere, or if like someone really important likes it or something, then or shares it, then you get a fuck ton of votes.
Okay, and I want to get your take on this. This is good. I like this conversation. So let's say it's an independent. I'm gonna take it out of music. Let's say it's an independent filmmaker, right? And who we got? Netflix. Now Netflix, they ain't got a good rep right now. So let's say HBO Max.
Yeah, HBO Max hasn't done nothing weird.
Okay, let's say HBO Max offers this filmmaker a certain amount of money, and then they say, okay, on the back end we'll give you 20%, and we'll take 80%. But we're assuming on all costs. We're assuming all costs to market and promote this movie. Do you think it's worth it?
Hey, look at it this way. Look at Squid Game, right? That guy tried for 9 years to get someone to buy his show, and then Netflix finally did. If that guy settled for like 10% and he didn't know that was going to be the biggest Netflix launch of all time, like that show was, I think, the most watched show on Netflix.
Right.
Already. Yeah. Probably not in the world yet. I'm sure there's more popular shows, but Squid Game is like definitely up there. If that dude, I don't know what his deal was, but oh my God, can you imagine settling for like 10? I mean, you'd still be rich, but you would lose millions.
But that's my thing, though. That's my thing. Being a film creator, right? Being the main person that came up with this content, is it worth it? Because you can come back and say, okay, well, this did this good. I got Squid Game 2 already in the tuck, but you can't offer me 10% because the other one delivered so good.
such a that's scary. You don't know. Like if you know in yourself, like Shamia, she's good, right?
Yeah.
You know that she can keep pumping out new shit because she's actually talented. If you're not talented, I'm sure you would take the one hit wonder. You're like, oh, fuck yeah, sign me, whatever, so I can like go ahead and retire and just make shit music and get paid millions for it, right?
Okay.
We all know that there's those movies out there that you're just like, why are you still making these movies? They're awful.
Well, okay.
Like,
okay, do this then. Do this. 'Cause I love it. I love this conversation. Yo, I think the people love it too. I think they love it. They love it. Yes. Okay. So check it out. Okay. Add this variable to it. An artist works their butt off for the last 10 years. No, can't use us because I had some success. So let's say artists had no success. They worked their butt off. Last 10 years, they put album out. They paid for marketing, paid for XYZ, and somebody says, look, I want to sign you for this, and let's take it to keep that 10%. I want to take it for this 10%. I'm gonna give you $500,000 up front. You don't think that person's gonna take that deal?
Yeah, exactly. He definitely will. But someone who's had, I know what you mean, because like both of these people you're talking about could be on the exact same level of talent.
Mm-hmm.
But one has just gotten lucky with trends.
Mm-hmm.
They've just gotten lucky with what's out right now, and then everyone just eats up their shit. They look at that deal and go, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, no. But the other guy, who's been trying for like 8-9 years, hell yeah, he's gonna be like, yes, please. I mean, as long as I don't know, it's such a, I'd still, man, I'd kick my own ass though, because I'd be like, I know that this is a bad deal, but it's the fact that I'm a no-name and this will lead to more stuff. Well, then you just got to be careful. You can't sign all of your music away.
Well, the thing is,
because then
the flip side of that conversation, the other side of the coin is, you got the variable of the people from the label or from the studio or wherever it is talking in your ear saying, well, if you do this deal, then you'll be one of our affiliates, and then that means you got opportunities to work with whoever's on our roster, right? Yeah. So then they try to. I'm telling you from experience, like that's when I did my deal at EMI. That was one of the first things they were like, "Yo, so once we bring you on, we bring you on to the team, and you become a part of the family. Then you could do a session. I'm being exaggerative. You can do a session with Taylor Swift tomorrow. Like that's nothing. Mm-hmm. And you can use our Studio B. Like just go over there. You've seen the Capitol Records building right in LA. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, you can go to that studio. That's been in all of the movies. Record your song there with Taylor Swift, and guess what? You can get a hit record like that. And that's how they sell you. That's how they sell you. What they don't say is, after you do this deal, you still got to go get hotter. And you got now you got to compete with everybody that's on our roster. It's not kumbaya. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to compete with Taylor Swift now.
Right.
Congrats, yeah.
Yeah. Good job. What were you saying? You played yourself. Good job. You played yourself.
Congrats. You played yourself. You need that soundbite. You got to have that.
But yeah, man, like it's just a few things. That's some of the stuff I want to chop up with you, but I got more, but I don't want to stretch this out. We're already at an hour. But if y'all
good.
Yes. Y'all didn't know, I say it again, Sean's gonna be in the studio.
Woo! Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited actually. I'm gonna try to look good. I won't look like a homeless person.
But you know what I've noticed? Just like, okay, I'm going back to the strip club and then we're gonna end this.
No.
But just like me being in the space with the stripper, I was like, yo, I don't want to dance. She's like, yes, you do want to dance. I'm like, I don't want to dance. She's like, yes, you do. I'm like, no, I don't. Look at me.
No, I don't.
I'm like, look at me. I got some old Navy clothes on with a bum ass whatever. And she's like, no, but you look like you got money. I'm like, wait, okay. So if this is what money looks like, then what do they look like? She like Cap. I'm like, oh, okay. That's Cap.
Damn.
So I said all that to say this, Sean. If you look like a hobo when you come into the studio, that means you got money.
That's true. I mean, dude, look at Steve Jobs. The bro wore like what, a black shirt and jeans and Nikes
Every
like
day.
on stage.
Every day.
Yeah, dude looked like he was like your dad.
Yeah,
Just,
exactly.
like, hanging
exactly.
out. Oh my god.
But bro, it's been real. I appreciate you, and
Yeah.
I guess I see you this weekend. All right.
Yeah, I will. I'll
Yep.
see you.
All right, man. I'll
Merry
let you.
Christmas, everybody.
Oh yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, man. All right.
I see.
Peace. Yeah, that was great. So I got a few housekeeping situations that I want to talk to y'all about. Then we're out. One thing I want to say, make sure. Oh, congratulations! I should have started with that. Coach K and the crew. I ain't gonna say everybody's name, but Coach K and the crew down here in ATL just bought 18 Bojangles. Now my New York people like, what the hell is a Bojangle? Like, not Mr. Bojangle. Bojangles is a delicious chicken treat that we have down here in the South. Bojangles is equivalent to Popeyes, but better. Yes, I'm gonna say better. I love Bojangles better than Popeyes. Yeah. We gonna do that. But Bojangles fries, the biscuits, the breakfast, all it's fire. They serve breakfast all day. Any of my New York people, when y'all come to Atlanta, I'm gonna take y'all to Bojangles. But yeah, shouts out to Coach K. If y'all don't know who Coach K is, he is who managed the Migos. He managed Gucci Mane, Jeezy, a lot of other folk. Fire. Business moves. I said, yo, I'm up next. He's like, yo, do your thing, kid. I'm like, appreciate it, bro. But shouts out to Coach K and them for buying the Bojangles. I want to make sure that we start the year strong. So I'm going to have fitness people. I might make January all fitness month. We'll see. But I'm going to have fitness people on all next month. Kind of help us get our body back right after eating all this trash that we've been eating. I'm going to have some financial people up. We're going to have some investors up to get y'all started strong for the year. Because as I said on my IG story, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, or whatever, one of them days. I was like, yo, it makes no sense for us to make New Year's resolutions or to make vision boards. I call it a vision spreadsheet or something like that. But it makes no sense to make a vision board and you have no plan of attack to get to the goal. You're just making empty promises. Empty promises. Yeah, empty promises. You're doing stuff. So I'm going to have some people on the show to kind of help y'all figure out how y'all can plan to get to a goal, right? Whether it's $1 million, whether it's making your first 30,000 off of your art, whatever that is, we're going to be here to help. And last but not least, we are still looking for interns. So if y'all are wanting to be on the Mad Lucrative Podcast behind the scenes, not on the camera just yet, if y'all want to be on the Mad Lucrative Network, holler at us. I'm going to have the email below. What's happening right now is this. We almost have the podcast studio ready for all of our new guests. I'm going to just give you the vision kind of up front a little bit. I'm looking to have a few podcasters come in. They can rent the space out, but we are also looking for talent to make sure we get some good content out, some good narratives out to kind of help change the scope of where people are putting their creative energy. What I mean by that is this. So many people are just on the internet, just wasting time, don't really have a focus, but they might be sitting with a gold mine of a voice. They might be able to portray like Martin Luther King. Just I have a dream type of voice. I don't have one of them type of voices. I got a mush mouth type of voice. It is what it is. It's me. But I've owned that, and I want to find people that have controlled and owned their voice to give them a platform to be able to speak. So all of these plays that we're lining up is so we have a strong team, a strong core where everybody's pushing out content, getting to bags, owning real estate, owning property. And by property, I mean like you could just own land, like not even a house, just own the land. Because with land, what you could do, watch this, is have concerts. And then you can have your own Coachella in your city. Have Coachella in Virginia, Coachella in Atlanta, Coachella in North Carolina, Coachella. You see how this goes. So yeah, the Mad Lucrative Network is looking for you. So if you got it, please reach out. Emails below. If you don't know what it is, it's magneto7booking@gmail.com. Everywhere. And this has been episode 24 in the books, man. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. I'll holler at y'all next week. Peace.